Back, great to have you with us on SABC News. It remains unclear when Parliament can put in place a constitutional amendment and related laws in order to effect the implementation of land expropriation without compensation.
The time frame for the process is set to largely hinge on the public participation process. That's the view of at least one constitutional law expert.
A contentious issue for South Africans. On the one hand, people say it will accelerate land reform, while on the other, they fear it will chase away potential investors and thus cripple food production.
The risks are partly about foreign investment, foreign capital, feeling that their property rights are not secure, but also the property rights of the commercial farmers who produce 95% of the marketed food in this country.
Professor Cousins says the ANC's resolution on expropriation is irrelevant. He wants the ruling party to focus on improving efficiencies, eliminating corruption, and increasing the budget for land reform. ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa has emphasized that the law would not work to the detriment of the economy and food production. The implementation of the policy will require a two-thirds majority to amend the constitution. This means the ANC will need the help of other parties to achieve the threshold of 66%.
Once the constitution is changed, that doesn't automatically change the law dealing with expropriation. You still have to change the expropriation law, which would allow for expropriation in a certain way. It will have to provide for certain criteria, otherwise it will be an infringement of the rule of law. So you have to still have some criteria for when do you expropriate.
The length of the entire process to pass an expropriation law will depend largely on the public participation process.
If, for example, you're going to change the property clause, obviously, this is something of very emotive to many people. It would require extensive consultation. Usually that would require at least that people are allowed to make submissions to Parliament, both written and oral. And it might actually also require for Parliament to go out and canvass what people are saying in some way, as it has done in some other cases. For example, with the legislation on same-sex marriage, they went out to the community.
Meanwhile, Ramaphosa says a sustainability test would have to be undertaken before the constitutional amendment is implemented. Bulelani Philip, SABC News, Parliament.